It begins with a sigh of relief you didn't know you were holding. You pick up your phone at 6:17 a.m., still half asleep, and for the first time in years, it doesn't assault you. No blinding white screen, no wall of red badges screaming about things that don't matter. Just soft light, your wallpaper, the one of your dog curled up on the porch at sunset, and the time, gently placed where it won't cover his face. This is the quiet promise of what will become One UI 8.5 in, not more features, but less friction. Not smarter AI, but wiser design. Not a phone that demands your attention, but one that guards it like something precious. In these early, unreleased builds, Samsung has stopped chasing headlines and started listening to life. The lock screen no longer treats your personal photos as mere backgrounds to be overlaid with rigid UI elements. It sees them. If your wallpaper is a candid shot of your niece blowing out birthday candles, the clock shifts upward, leaving her grin unobstructed. If it's a misty mountain trail from your last hike, the time tucks into the sky where light already lives. No toggle, no setting, just software that understands your memories aren't decoration, they're anchors. You swipe up, and there's no lag. No app drawer that stumbles into view like it's still booting. Everything flows as if it's been waiting for you. Your most used apps? Weather in the morning, camera on weekends, messages for your late night check-ins with your brother, feel closer, not because they've been moved, but because the system has learned your rhythm and preloads them silently, entirely on device. No cloud, no tracking, just quiet anticipation. Later, you open Gallery to tweak that photo of rain hitting your window. Moody, imperfect, real. You brighten the shadows, crop out the messy corner, add a subtle vignette. Then an hour later, you change your mind. So you tap Edit History and scroll back through every step like flipping pages in a journal. Undo the crop. Restore the original lighting. Try a different filter. No duplicates cluttering your library. No panic about losing the source file. Just freedom to create, refine, and revisit without consequence. When you finally share it with your best friend, you don't fumble with links or cloud uploads. You long press, tap share, and their phone appears instantly in quick share. One tap, full resolution, no waiting. It arrives exactly as you intended, no compression, no delay, no third-party middleman. It's not magic, it's infrastructure that finally works the way it should. This isn't an update built for spec sheets or launch events. It's built for the quiet moments between notifications, for the people who just want their phone to help, not hijack their day. And in a world of digital noise, that kind of calm isn't just nice to have, it's revolutionary. The deeper you go, the more it becomes clear this isn't just an interface. It's a companion that learns to move with your life, not against it. In the unreleased layers of what will become One UI 8.5, multitasking sheds its mechanical skin and becomes something fluid, almost intuitive. You're watching a recipe video in a floating window while jotting down ingredient substitutions in Samsung Notes. And instead of rigid borders or awkward snapping, the window resizes with a gentle pinch, conforming to your hand like fabric over form. Need Google Maps full screen while keeping an eye on a WhatsApp message from your ride-share driver. Go 90D10. The navigation dominates, but the chat stays visible in a slim vertical strip on the edge, just enough to see 2 men's away, without distraction. And when you minimize it, the window doesn't vanish into the void. It docks neatly along the bezel, breathing softly, ready to expand with a tap. Save this entire layout as a scene preset, and return to your exact workflow days later. No relaunching apps, no repositioning windows, just seamless re-entry into your flow, as if time never passed. Now brief. Once an empty widget that sat unused on home screens for years, is being reborn as a true contextual companion. It doesn't bombard you with headlines, ads, or algorithmically curated noise. Instead, it surfaces what actually matters in the rhythm of your real life. After you walk away from your car in a massive parking garage, it remembers your location and shows it the next time you unlock your phone. When your favorite podcast releases a new episode on Sunday morning, the one you always listen to with coffee, it appears quietly, without fanfare. If you've ordered a gift online, it tracks the package and updates you only when there's meaningful movement. This isn't about keeping you glued to your screen. It's about giving you just enough information to move through your day with less friction, more confidence, and zero digital fatigue. File management, long neglected on mobile platforms, is finally receiving the thoughtful redesign it deserves. The My Files app no longer dumps everything into a single chaotic folder. Instead, it intelligently categorizes content by source, from Gmail, from Drive, from Chrome, from Messages. That invoice your boss sent last Tuesday, tap from Gmail. and it's there. No scrolling through months of random downloads, screenshots, once a graveyard of forgotten boarding passes, Wi-Fi passwords, and half-read articles, are now auto-sorted into smart categories like travel, receipts, events, and locations. Your flight confirmation from 3 weeks ago, under travel. The concert ticket you snapped last month, under events. It's not AI showing off, it's basic digital hygiene finally arriving on Android. Quiet, consistent, even creativity is handled with care, not spectacle. Audio Eraser, already functional in test builds, strips background noise from videos with startling precision, turning a clip ruined by street traffic, barking dogs, or cafe chatter into something clean, present, and usable. Portrait Studio now works on animals, rendering your cat in soft watercolor tones or your dog in cinematic bokeh, all processed entirely on device, never uploading your private moments to the cloud. And because every edit lives in a non-destructive timeline, you're free to experiment endlessly, adjust lighting, reframe, enhance colors, then rewind to any point in your creative journey. Your original photo is never overwritten. Your trust is never broken. This isn't about filters or megapixels. It's about giving you the space to express yourself without fear of losing what you started with. Underneath it all, the system learns your patterns, not by watching you from afar, but by listening quietly on your device. If you open Maps at 6 p.m. every weekday, it preloads. If you scroll news at 7:30 a.m., it's ready. If you silence your phone during dinner, it remembers. This isn't surveillance. It's service, private, local, and deeply respectful of your boundaries. There are no pop-ups asking you to enable smarter features. No cloud-based profiles tracking your behavior across apps. Just intelligence that works for you, not against you. What's emerging in these final builds isn't a louder, flashier operating system. It's a calmer, wiser one. One that doesn't demand your attention, but earns your trust through consistency, care, and quiet competence. It's not built for benchmarks or headlines. It's built for the life you're already living. Messy, beautiful. In the final unreleased layers of what will become One UI 8.5, everything converges, not into spectacle, but into stillness. This is software that no longer needs to prove itself. It simply serves, quietly and consistently, like a well-worn notebook or a trusted pair of glasses. There are no last-minute gimmicks, no AI avatars popping up to help, no redesigned icons just to mark change. Instead, every interaction has been refined to honor your time, your memory, and your right to digital peace. The system now treats your attention as something sacred, not a metric to optimize, but a gift to protect. Notifications don't compete, they curate. Only what truly requires your presence rises to the surface. The rest is gently filtered, delayed, or silenced by on-device intelligence that never uploads your behavior, never profiles you in the cloud, and never asks for permission to do the right thing. You don't enable this. You inherit it as a baseline expectation of respect. Battery longevity is redefined not by capacity, but by care. Through adaptive background management, intelligent refresh scheduling, and micro-charge cycles that respond to your routine and environment, the phone sustains itself not just through a single day, but across the years you'll keep it. In year 2, it still feels responsive. In year 3, it still feels yours. This isn't marketing, it's stewardship. Security becomes invisible yet absolute. Private album lives where you'd naturally look for it, front and center in gallery, locked behind biometrics, never syncing to the cloud. Secure folder can be hidden entirely from view, accessible only through a gesture known to you alone. And if your unlocked phone falls into the wrong hands, it watches. Too many failed attempts on a protected app, and it locks down completely, requiring your Samsung account to restore access. No loopholes, no workarounds, just unwavering loyalty. Even sharing evolves into something deeply personal. Quick Share doesn't just move files, it understands intent. Sending a family photo, it suggests everyone in the frame. Transferring creative work, it preserves layers, metadata, and quality without compression. And because it leverages ultra-wideband and end-to-end encryption, it works instantly, securely, and offline. Because true connections shouldn't depend on infrastructure. But the real triumph is emotional. After weeks with this version, you stop thinking of your phone as a device to manage. You stop dreading updates, fearing bloat, or resenting interruptions. Instead, you begin to rely on it, not as a distraction, but as a steady presence that helps you live with more clarity, creativity, and calm. This isn't the future of mobile software. It's the return to its original promise to empower without overwhelming, to assist without interrupting, to disappear so you can appear. And when it finally arrives in your hands, you won't need a tutorial to understand it. You'll just feel it. Like silence after noise, like coming home after a long journey. In the final, fully realized unreleased build of what will become One UI 8.5, there is no grand reveal, only quiet certainty. This isn't software shouting to be noticed. It's software that has done its homework so thoroughly, so thoughtfully, that it no longer needs to speak at all. From the moment your finger brushes the screen in the dark to the second you set it down at night, everything flows with a calm precision that feels less like engineering and more like intuition. It doesn't demand your attention, it guards it, and in doing so, it gives you back something rare in the digital age: the space to simply be. Your phone no longer treats your personal photos as disposable backgrounds. It sees them. When you set a wallpaper of your father's hands holding yours during his last birthday, the clock doesn't sit stubbornly over his eyes. It shifts upward to the empty sky in the frame, so his smile remains unobstructed. No setting to toggle, no AI announcement, just silent respect for what matters. This is the foundation of One UI 8.5, not flashy innovation, but human consideration woven into every pixel. Notifications have grown up. They no longer treat all alerts as equally urgent. A message from your sister saying, "I got the job," pulses softly with warmth. A calendar reminder for your best friend's wedding rehearsal appears gently, without fanfare. But the fake, "Viras Diktud," pop-up from that sketchy game you downloaded once, it never reaches your screen. On-device intelligence identifies it as noise before it even loads, and silences it permanently. You don't configure this, you inherit it. Because in this new vision, your peace isn't optional, it's the default. Battery life is no longer about surviving the day, it's about thriving for years. Microcharge cycles now adapt not just to how often you plug in, but to ambient temperature, your sleep schedule, and even seasonal changes. Charging happens in gentle, intelligent pulses that minimize long-term wear, preserving cell health across 36 months, not just 36 hours. You won't see a battery health percentage or a gimmicky dashboard. You'll simply notice that in year 2, your phone still launches apps instantly, scrolls smoothly, and lasts through your longest days. No degradation, no slowdown, no forced obsolescence. This isn't marketing, it's a covenant. We built this to last because we believe you deserve to keep it. Security has evolved beyond passwords and fingerprints into something deeply personal yet unbreakable. Private album lives where you'd naturally look for it. Right in your main gallery, locked behind biometrics. Never syncing to the cloud, never uploading your most intimate moments. Secure folder can be hidden entirely from the app drawer, accessible only through a secret gesture known to you alone, like drawing a heart on the lock screen or swiping in a specific pattern. And if your unlocked phone falls into the wrong hands, it watches. After too many failed attempts to access protected apps like banking or messaging, it locks the entire device permanently, requiring your Samsung account to restore access. No factory reset loophole, no bypass. Just quiet, uncompromising loyalty that treats your digital life as sacred. Creativity is no longer a race against loss. In gallery, every edit lives in a non-destructive timeline. Brighten shadows, crop tightly, apply a cinematic filter. Then scroll back 3 steps if it doesn't feel right. Your original is never overwritten. Your experiments are never punished. Audio eraser strips background noise from videos with startling precision, turning a clip ruined by traffic or chatter into something clean and present. Portrait Studio now works on pets, rendering your cat in soft watercolor or your dog in dramatic bokeh, all processed entirely on device, never leaving your control. This isn't about filters or megapixels. It's about giving you the freedom to create without fear. Sharing has become seamless, contextual, and deeply human. Quick Share doesn't just send files, it understands intent. Send a group photo from your cousin's wedding, and it detects faces, proactively suggesting contacts before you scroll. Transfer a layered photo edit or a voice memo, and it preserves quality, metadata, and structure without cloud conversion. Transfers happen instantly via ultra-wideband and end-to-end encryption, securely offline, and without relying on internet infrastructure. It's not a feature you enable. It's a standard you come to expect, like turning a key or pouring a cup of coffee. Even the smallest interactions feel considered. The keyboard learns your rhythm, your shorthand, your emojis, as punctuation, your pauses, and adapts without ever uploading your data. Reminders and calendar merge into a single living timeline. Drag by birthday gift onto Saturday, attach a photo of the item, and set a location-based alert so it reminds you when you're near the store. Your trip checklist can include an image of your suitcase so you never forget that odd-shaped charger again. It's not productivity theater, It's practical care woven into the fabric of your real life. And through it all, the interface remains calm. No sudden redesigns that force you to relearn where everything is. No jarring color shifts, oversized buttons, or animated distractions demanding clicks. Just consistent, thoughtful refinement, like a well-worn path through a familiar forest. You don't notice it because it's perfect. You notice it because it disappears, leaving only your intention intact. This isn't the future of mobile software. It's the return to its original promise to empower without overwhelming, to assist without interrupting, to disappear so you can appear. One UI 8.5 won't be remembered for its launch event or benchmark scores. It'll be remembered as the moment your phone stopped feeling like a device to manage and started feeling like a companion who finally understood you. Not because it's smarter, but because it learned to get out of your way. And when it finally arrives in your hands, you won't need a tutorial to understand it. You'll just feel it, like silence after noise, like coming home after a long journey.